Hello everybody and welcome to a quick painting demo. Now, I'm still working on how to teach people how to paint and draw. And my original thought was to teach everyone what something's called sight size drawing, but I think I want to just get people into painting right away. So I'm going to actually give you like a first introduction to painting. But in order to do that, I have to make sure I actually know how to paint with digital painting. As I've said before, I'm not a digital painter, but at the same time, I need to learn digital. I also have to make sure that if I teach you how to use a digital tool to do your painting, you're approaching it in a way that's like real painting. So that way you actually learn the skill of painting what you see. And this video, I'm just going to do a demo where I do this. And think of it more as me figuring this out too. And you get to kind of watch me do it. And less of here is how to do this, right? And I may have a couple more demos like this to sort of like you can see me figure out different software and what to do and how to teach it. The primary thing to get from this video is I'm doing a draw and then a mix and then a paint process. Okay. And that's kind of the primary way you approach painting when you're starting out. And what you'll see through the video is I'm going to be doing a process where I figure out what these colors are by actually using the color wheel and selecting what I think they are, and then testing if that's what it is. Now, this is what I like to call guess and then check. Okay, and the reason this is important is this is how you learn to consciously identify colors. And I want you to understand that, because if you don't want to do that, you'll just literally go over to your eyedropper tool and go like that, and you pick the color. In digital, figuring out what a color is not hard, but you don't learn anything from that, right? You don't learn how to consciously identify the colors. And if you can't really consciously identify them, then you sort of have a problem of being able to do what you want with the color. So just keep that in mind. You might see people who will tell you, oh, we'll just use the color picker. That's not the point. Yeah, you can use the color picker, but you can also like try to learn how to identify the colors, learn what the colors mean, and learn how to use them so that way you become a better painter and a better artist. Now, as usual, I have another video where I don't do any of that. I just trace the hell out of the thing. So be practical is usually my thing I tell people. So if you just got to get some art done for your game, go check out my other video where I do a photo bashing session. I just make a random textured enemy and it's all tracing. Okay, hope you enjoyed the demo. It's kind of just laid back. Watch it. Maybe you'll learn something. Pretty soon I'll have a full instructional series of videos on introductory painting. Just basically let me figure out how to do it. That's all I'm asking. Okay, enjoy. All right, drawing and painting time. Just a nice chill break. Let's see what I can do in 10 minutes with this. Yeah, we'll get kind of a sketch going. Let's do the liner. Yeah, I think we can use a liner. And then let's do yeah, let's use like a mid-tone gray. All right, 10 minutes go. I think what I might try to do, let's get sort of like a good idea of height and width. Is that actually straight? I'm just going crazy and my glasses like distorting it. Wild. I think the canvas weave is not straight, so it makes you think it's not straight. And then let's get a frame about there. That'll work. And then sure, yeah, it's okay if it's not exactly perfect dimensions. Let's see. It's kind of like that. Where's this go? This guy's up here. Where are you at? You're kind of like here. I say that's about there. And then let's see where this is. Yeah, like about here. You're like there. So I think like this. That. Like that. Thinking about right there. Looks like a horse. So that's here, but it's not actually a straight line. It's kind of more like this. You know, you could totally troll an artist. Do like something like clouds. But if you don't pay attention, it's basically like a dick or something. And then just, hey, can you paint this? And then watch them just do it. And then you could probably use AI to like craft a secretly juvenile dick joke. I'm thinking it's kind of like this. Now does that go about there? I made this a little bit bigger, but I think I like it more like that. Where are you at? It's about right. Yeah. 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 Yeah, it's more over. You know, I think I'll go with that. I think that'll be good. Like this, and then kind of like that. Okay, and then how high up should I make this? Oops. About like right here. And have it kind of come out more here, I think. Let me see. Yeah, that's about right. And then here. Kind of cut in like this. Let me think. Seems to be about right. Oh, you want Windows 7 back? Why didn't people like Windows 7? I sort of missed out. I didn't use Windows 7. I was a hardcore Linux main. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, so let's see if we can kind of sort of like get some sort of varied shape here and there. Yeah, I think that'll work. Let me see. Internally, there's kind of this. This is probably going to be pretty tough. Yeah, this is pretty dark. Interesting. It's very dark there. And then let's sort of, yeah, I can do this. So that gives me kind of an idea. Anything really obvious? I suppose I can get some of these inner shapes. Okay, and then I kind of want to see if we can note where the light shafts are. Okay, I think it's the summer. It killed it with the start menu. Imagine listening to nobody. Never, yeah, no idea. Hey, Duke of Cool, thank you for the subscribe. Yeah, man, thank you very much. Okay, so that's the drawing. Just kind of give us just enough. So now we need to do painting. So we're going to switch to... Let me just see what we got real quick. That, or do I do knife on this one? Yeah, let me think. The cloud could be one and then knife could be the other. Yeah, alright, we're going to kind of mix up the textures a bit. Alright, so we'll do 10 minutes painting, see if we can get this kind of formed. I think just basic shapes probably what we're going to shoot for. Alright, and instead of picking colors, I'm going to try to match them, but with a 10-minute sketch, it's kind of tough. But let me show you how you do that. So if you want to practice color in a digital program, you have your drawing over there, whatever you're trying to copy. What you do, right? Make sure you have a layer. Okay, so you want to start dark to light. So I'm going to start with this right here. All right. So I want that primary color. And if you squint, you can see that this and this are kind of really, really close. The difference though is this is more blue than that, right? So we're going to start with this. Now what we want to do is we want to ask, is it warm or is it cool? Like, is it more towards the blue or more towards the orange, right? And this is definitely more towards the blue. Okay, so we're going to swing this over down around here somewhere. Right, then you want to ask, is it kind of more towards the red or more towards the green, right? So what you do is you get warm or cool, tells you what side of this you want to be on, and then you go, is it more towards the green or more towards the red, right? So if it's like a more purple color, you're going to be down here. If it's more green colored, up there, right? So I think it's more down that way. All right, Then you go, is it a very intense color, like it's very blue, or is it very dull? So this one's pretty dull, so we want to go towards the gray. And then you ask, what is the value? So I'm going to say the value is pretty dark. I think the value is kind of like around here. This value is, this is light, this is dark. So I'm going to think it's like right around here. Now what you want to do is you want to guess. So that's my guess. And you want to check. To check, you just come over here with your brush and go like that. If it disappears, then you nailed it. If it doesn't disappear, then you didn't. So what you do is you adjust. So it's actually more saturated, a little higher up. Okay. Closer, a bit too much color. And see how you can't see it now? Now if you zoom in, you can probably see it. But see how like there's paint there and you can't see it. Boom, that's how you know you got it. I think it's even a little more gray than that. It's a little too light. Yeah, let's bring it down just a little bit. And back a bit. It's close. Actually, I think it might be that it has to be... Yeah, so any of those would actually work. You could actually just go with that. Alright, so erase it. Alright, so we match the color. Yeah, it actually might be more towards the green. You don't have to be like dead accurate. Like, for the most part, that's close enough. That just adds flavor. Okay, so now we kind of come in here and we just sort of block in these big, it's just a bunch of big shapes right now, right? Okay, we're going to get as close as we can up here. And then this. And at first you just want kind of like one giant shape. In fact, I could even just kind of paint in all that. Just leave a few, but you don't have to do all the inner colors. And then also, since it's clouds, you can kind of just, you can be way off and then just don't show people the photo. Okay, and that's over there. Alright, so now we want to pick, and then when you pick a color, come up here and just put some of it there. Okay, so now we want to pick the next value, which is going to be right there. So probably this spot right here. So looking at that, I think it's kind of just more gray. So you want to look relative to this. It's a slightly higher value and more gray. That's pretty close. Does this work? I think it might need to come down here. Oh, shit. That kind of works, but I think more gray. Yeah, so see, you do that until you can't really see it. And it's okay if the color's a little off. That just kind of makes it interesting. So I'm going to go with that. Now we can kind of start incorporating some of this. And yeah, probably some here. And where else? Yeah, kind of in here. Okay, so that's not in too many places, but it's close enough. And actually down here is a little different, so let's see if we can get... It's kind of more like it's more intense up there. Yeah, see? Interesting. So, and the way that you kind of want to try to paint is looking at the differences. You see, when I look at that, I don't like it. Yeah, we'll come back to that. Get just the basic shape. Okay. So next we want to kind of maybe do this color. So we're going to go probably pretty light. Oh, also I should grab this again and keep it. Okay, I'm going to go a little light. It says too dark. That could work like right around here. And does it work other places? Needs to be more blue. Yeah, see, that's pretty close. So let's just go ahead and go with that for there. And kind of in here. Okay, and then that one is actually pretty light. Oh, let's grab this real quick. I think it's like this. Yeah, see? There you go, boom. And that's how you know you got it. Like if you do that and it's gone, you got it. And we can probably do this whole section in here with that. Actually, I can kind of come up in there. And then probably a little bit there. There. I think that'll work. Okay, so next we want to get... Now these are going to be very bright. So let's get these. I'm thinking that's kind of more towards here. And let me save that one. More towards here. Too blue, so more towards the... Yeah, see? Boom. So you know you got it if it disappears. If you can barely see it, then that's probably what it is. And you're also frequently going to be kind of shocked, be like, really? Is that the color? You'll be like, there's no way. And then like if you look, it actually is in isolation. But a lot of times you kind of get tricked by your own eyes. Now that here is different. So this here, I think this is going to be more... Yeah, I think that's like that. Yeah, so then... Oh, keep this. And then, let me see. Again, it's too saturated. I'm down. I think that works best. And then we kind of want to see if we can get this. So I already had it. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so now... We don't want to do the white parts yet. That's kind of like, you want to do that very last. But I think it's going to be like around here. I think it's very white. So let's kind of get a bit here and there. But that's 10 minutes, but I'm going to finish it. Cool coding kit. Do I know about automatic horizontal scaling and descaling? No, but I'm pretty sure those do exist. I've just never really used one. Okay, so sky, dark to light on the sky. I think that the sky is kind of like, it's not as yeah, it's not as blue as you think. Yeah, see, nailed it. I think it could be even desaturated a bit more. Oh, and I wanted to do... Yeah, you know what? We're just going to do... Just keep the one brush. Yeah, so this is pretty much kind of like this. And that's there. Also, something you'll find is that the sky is very intense color, and then as it gets closer to the horizon, mostly because of like dust and pollution and stuff, it starts to lose color. Especially if you live in like a place with a lot of like dust, so desert areas and things like that. Okay, so then around here, let's see, that's sky. Around the edge, it's kind of the same value, but it just loses chroma. And I feel like this needs to be back that way. Yeah, cool. See how it disappeared? Alright, so then pretty much like this. Like that. I think I can kind of just reuse this. It's slightly different up there, but... And then off here. Right, now we're at the middle ugly stage. Yeah, and it's up there, okay. Alright, we go like that. I don't think it goes that far. Yeah, at a certain point we're going to have to kind of use this there. Alright, so then to get the sort of the light shaft, I think we got to go this way. Let's say up there. It's more blue. Is it more blue? Kinda. Yeah, it's not that light though. That's a tough one. Then if you give up, just go ahead and pick it. Yeah, I'm in the right family. Oh, it's like dead center. Interesting. Okay, so now we can kind of use that, I think, for the rest of it. Yeah, because you don't want to like over model it in the beginning. Yeah, let's get this and then we can kind of come in and down there it does change. I think right here we can still do this. And that's going to have to come back. Alright, so then this is probably that. Close. Yeah, it's like that. And then probably the sun is down there, so that's where it starts to get. More towards the yellow, actually. I guess that'll kind of work. Okay. Sounds like your basics blocked in. So now what we need to do is... I think we can kind of do that. Yeah. Yeah, it's almost going to be like near pure white. Now comes the tough part. This is where I always fall apart when it comes to clouds. I'm not a very cloud expert. Yeah. And then let's swing it this way. Also, make it a little smaller. Okay, and then I'm gonna go like this. Alright, so now that we have that, kind of need to fix this up, and kind of iffy on this part. Okay, so now we want to switch to this. It's going to give us kind of a better texture here and there. So this is the ugly middle stage. Maybe I can recover it, but yeah, you just sort of like have to keep going. Don't judge things until you're actually done. Because in the beginning, you know, you get a nice layout, it looks pretty okay, and then as you start to add to it, it starts to look like garbage. And I just realized I haven't done clouds in forever. I was never very good at them. There are people who just like, their clouds are just banging. So good. Mine look like pasted on marshmallows. Let's see, step back. Yeah, it's starting to look better. It's starting to come back together. Hey, I want to fly. How you doing? Maybe same difficulty as Chrome. You mean like reflections and stuff? Yeah. Reflections, you pretty much, the difficulty is you just have to turn your brain off. Which is pretty difficult, but clouds, the difficulty is that they have this kind of randomized shape, but if you don't nail it, everyone doesn't realize it's a cloud. I'm just going to grab this color because that's really good. I like that. Yeah, that's better. And then I think yeah, it's looking better. I don't want to do this. Step back, yeah. Okay, so then we got to get these, it's kind of like light shafts, which is a little bit difficult to do. I'd kill for like a good scraping tool. Close. It's like too dark. And that looks kind of weird. Let's just kind of do this. Yeah, to make that background, those effects softer, I might need to go find a slightly different brush. Let's see what we got. It's close-ish. Close-ish. Yeah, I need a very soft, maybe that. Now, if it was a real painting, I would just take a knife and go, and that whole thing would be gone. So, there is a smudge tool, but I don't think this is doing anything. Oh god, barely. Is it got like opacity? Oh Jesus. Yeah, it would help if it was like... There we go. What is this brush? Weird. Alright. It just like replicates the texture. Okay, it's not that one. Yeah, honestly, like, I think I gotta use this tool. Yeah. It's just the brushes don't really do what a brush should do. They're close, but if you need this kind of blending, you gotta get the blend thing. So the reason that I have to do this is you don't want the texture of the background in the sky to compete with the texture of the clouds, right? And I can also come in and kind of do it down here. Kind of knock these down some. Yeah, there we go, there we go. And then just kind of go inside. Just a bit. You don't want too much, right? And then let me go back to this. Pick that. Let's break this color up. Let's use a grunge brush. We want to just kind of break this shape up. It's too regular. Yeah. Give it a bit of character here and there. And what else? Yeah, we can kind of come in here. And then pick that. There we go. Jazzy piano clouds. All right, I'm gonna stop there. If I keep touching, I'm gonna just mess it up. But if you really wanted to kind of like really push it, you'd go back to that blend tool. Basically, your grandma this up, right? Everybody's grandma likes soft paintings. So you just smudge the shit out of it. There you go. Yeah, it's a good exercise. Yeah, I like it. And you don't have to be like exact. I mean, you could sit here all day screwing with it. You sort of want an impression, you know? And then you can also go like this and say, all right, go, what is that? And then if people go, that's a cloud. Okay, cool. You did it. There you go. Success. If they go, a horse eating some dude, then you didn't get it.